Yeah, it's hearing your own voice.
I know. I don't.
Weird.
It's very. Yeah, I don't think I've experienced this since. Since I did one of those virtual shows during COVID. You know, like when you can see and hear yourself. That was surreal. And that was like traumatizing. I mean, I kind of hate it for me. I mean, I've always hated that, you know. Like,
having to hear yourself.
And watching myself, yeah. I mean, I've never been able to even watch like old videos of myself.
You don't watch any of your stand-up clips?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's terrible.
Oh, it helps me so much get better.
I know, like.
Because you see those mistakes you make, you're like, oh, I can physically change that. Like there's an immediate thing that I can fix next time.
Right, I know, right? But for me, like I think just the physical mistakes are kind of what makes it for me, you know. And like if I fixed it, they'd be like, "Nah, this guy's full of shit." Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be hard to fake what you do.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I can't fix. I mean, I'm afraid if I don't think there's anything that needs quote unquote fixing. It's just some of the the pacing, you know, is the thing that kind of is my hindrance. You know, like if I'm nervous or I'm trying new material or I'm just not prepared, then like I'll go too fast, you know, and the audience won't pick up on what I'm saying, you know, and they won't laugh. They won't, or I don't give them time to laugh. You know, that's what that's basically my most. That's my most consistent mistake.
I call it the da-da-das, where you're like, because you're so, especially with a new bit, like you're wanting that laugh, so you say something, and when you don't get an immediate laugh, you're like, next thing, get the laugh, get the laugh, get the laugh. It's like slow the fuck down. And
then like if you're bombing, you're just like, I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, sometimes you do sit in something when a joke doesn't go well. You're one of the best at just like letting something sizzle for a minute and being like, yeah, that was stupid. then everyone laughs again, and then you're like, maybe it wasn't stupid. You know?
I know, right? I mean, I fucked up complete jokes. I did that last week, as a matter of fact. I think I was telling it was one of my ADD jokes, one of my oldest jokes, and I fucked it up because the joke's supposed to go, for people listening, the joke, I have ADD, but the joke I have for it is, I have ADD, it's really ADHD, but I call it ADD for short. Well, last week, I wasn't even planning on telling it. I was just like, I have ADHD, it's really ADD for short. And which nobody I'm like, that's what I said. That was the line, was a total fuck up, and nobody laughed. I mean, they were just like,
for years.
I know, exactly, but I have to tell it because it kind of explains my character, you know, at this point, or that's how I feel about it. But plus it kind of ties into another bit I was doing.
I get being anxious about watching yourself because nobody likes to watch themselves. Right. Nobody likes to hear their record. But are you able to like listen to your sets?
Yeah, I can listen to myself. Yeah, that's how I could tell, you know, okay, I'm going too fast there. I can't even understand what I'm saying, you know, like that's, but
it's good to have that self-awareness. I worried about that for you. Like, he's like a Will Ferrell up there. He has no idea what's happening. He should blacks out, wakes up off stage.
Yeah, right. Oh
but you listen to him and you work on pacing.
Yeah. But yeah, it definitely, it helps. I mean, I don't remember. At one point, I think I was doing this thing where, like, after each joke, I don't know, like, if it was just from listening to stand up for so much, like, you know, like, I started doing this thing where I was timing it, like, okay, they usually go like 3 seconds, like 1, 2, 3 beats between like the punchline and the next joke. So I was doing this thing on stage where I was like trying to rhythmically, you know, like just kind of rock back and forth on my feet, you know, like, okay, you know, and like, no, next joke, you know what I mean? Just kind of do that for 3 beats. And now it's just like, it was plotted, it was planned, it was very, but now I just don't care. I don't.
Yeah.
Just, all right, next one. That didn't work.
I feel like it works better. Like, because if you're in your head trying to rhythmically time something, you're not going to be present with the crowd. And so, like, just doing especially with as long as you've been doing stand-up, like, you can find that your natural rhythm, which would be nobody else's natural rhythm. Like, nobody could, like, hit the beats the way you do. Yeah. But that helps you, like, get out of your head and get the jokes out in a more organic way.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was just thinking about, like, speaking of watching yourself, I was just thinking about how, like, were y'all there? I don't, I think I remember before Hibernia, for that open mic, we stopped doing open mics there. Like I don't know if you ever met my twin brother. I have a twin brother in Houston, and he got on stage with me once at Hibernia, and that was because I thought, like, man, all we have to do is get up there and talk, and then people will love it. You know what I mean? But no, it didn't. Because it's weird because off stage we're like opposites. Like he's more talkative and I'm more quiet, and whenever I get up on stage, like I'm fine, but but whenever he gets up on stage, because he's never done stand up.
Okay.
And so but he'll get up on stage and he'll just freeze, kind of like a deer in headlights, and so that's why kind of didn't go the way I planned or hoped, So
anytime you're on stage with somebody else, like there's a like especially if y'all haven't done it a lot together,
right.
like there's a learning curve to learning each other on stage. I noticed that working with the Kleitch brothers, like watching them go up. They would go up separately and then go up together, and they would have new ideas on the rare chances they wrote new jokes, and they would have to like work them with each other. Right? That was really cool.
That's a crazy dynamic.
Yeah.
Do you remember Levi Agee?
Yeah, I remember Levi.
And Chris Pierce, they would like co-host the joint every once in a while.
Yeah,
and it was really funny, but they would just be up there for like 15 minutes in between comics. You'd be like, "My brother's in Christ, it is time." But open mic, you were on stage, Ben. The first time I ever went to a stand-up show, I went to watch the Looney. I think I went to do. I didn't come and watch it first. I went to do open mic the first time, and you were up there.
Oh yeah.
You were doing a whole different set, I believe. You got all new jokes, but you had that joke about Walmart.
Oh, Walmart, and I don't even know if it works anymore because I think Walmart changed their slogan again.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, because Amazon stole theirs, because basically Amazon's was, the Walmart's used to be save money, live better. And then Amazon took it and was like, save money, be happy, or some crap, So I think Walmart changed theirs again. So I don't know. We'll try. I still do it occasionally, and we'll see what works. Actually, I need to Google it now. But
Google Walmart's slogan.
There's
probably a great joke in there.
I know, right?
I'm sure.
I'm good. It's all about like Googling everything now. Like nothing's. That's why there's no such thing as facts.
Well, while you're Googling that, welcome to Partially Cooked. The premise of this show is we bring 4 comics on every month and get to know them, like get a deep dive into who they are, how they got into stand-up, what makes them tick, and then at the end of the month they come together for a fantastic roast battle over a wrestling championship belt. Dre's the champion right now.
Okay.
And the winner gets the belt, and they come back and defend it the next month.
Cool.
A battle.
Interesting. I've never done I never even done a roast battle. I didn't even do You Look Like.
You've never done a roast battle ever?
Never done a roast battle. Never been.
Oh, wow.
It's never been in my Q zone. Yeah.
Has that been like by choice?
Yeah.
Or have you just never had the opportunity?
It was kind of both. I think someone asked. I think I was asked to do a roast battle before. It was You Look Like. It was for You Look Like, but it was for during COVID, and I wasn't comfortable like at the time, going on stage, or like being around a lot of people, so I skipped that one. But it's also by choice too, because like I've never been like. I think it's kind of counterintuitive, like to be a comedian and be also be a roast somebody else, because I think like part my shtick, my character is I make fun of myself, and so it's like it's hard for me to flip that around, make fun of somebody. I mean, I can do it. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I believe you can do it. But you're very sharp-witted.
Yeah, but I can't. It's hard. But it's I have to change my mindset and flip that around. I mean, and talk about someone else to their face. Because I can make fun of like pop culture and stuff all day long.
Yeah. But you're gonna be so apologetic.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like I'm sorry,
you're a bitch.
I mean, I don't mean to be a jerk, but
but you're kind of like B-Rabbit, like on 8 Mile. Like you are like, what can they say about you haven't said about yourself?
Right, I know, right? Yeah, I mean, nothing can faze me. And I my day job, I work with teenagers who are constantly roasting me. So nothing like, I mean, my feelings are not going to get hurt. Like, I've heard it all. Like, I mean, you know, anybody if I hear Mr. Clean one more time, like, I hear that all day long, you know, and then like it don't faze me a bit, you know. Like, yeah, the ball jokes, obviously, you know, like it doesn't faze me, at all now. Yeah.
So what about because you've been doing stand up 15 years?
Oh damn,
is that right?
Something like that. Yeah, at least. I don't count COVID.
When I saw you,
like,
how long had you been doing at that point? Because I was in 09.
Oh man, I had just started in 09. I started when it was like I think I started in 2007. Yeah, so I'd done it a couple years when you met me. Nice. And now, so that would be
17 years.
17 years? Shit. Okay, yeah.
Oh, well,
that's like, I'm starting to sound like Doug Stanhope. I've been doing this 17 years. But like, I mean, he always gets up there and talks about how long he's. That makes me, I sound old talking about that.
You sound like Doug Stanhope's like evil twin brother.
Right.
Happy, clear voice. Doesn't
know, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, Doug Stanhope blight.
What are some of the things that I heard the Mr. Clean and the bald jokes. What are some of the other things that the kids roast you for?
Oh God, being awkward.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't make fun of me for it. They just point it out, which is bad enough. You know, they're just like, you're awkward. Like, yeah, I know. But and just and then but you know, but I'll turn around. I'll tell them. I mean, my kid friendly jokes. I'll tell them. You know, like, oh yeah, you know, when I was a kid, I started so bad. I thought my name was what. You know, I'll turn around. You know, I'll just before they can get to it. I mean, it's kind of makes me, humanizes me, puts me on, like, helps me relate to them. You know what I mean? Because they're always roasting each other. I'm like, whoa, I got some jokes about me. You know, I'm trying because like really. I work at youth home, and like the kids, they're always, you know, I mean, the roasting, it sometimes it goes a little too far, and that's when fights ensue. But you know, and I'm trying to teach them, like, hey, you know, it's probably better if you want to get a laugh, get everybody a laugh, be willing to make fun of yourself, you know, not just other people. You know, if you dish it, you gotta be willing to take it too.
It's a hard lesson to learn.
It is. It's very tough.
Yeah, but once you learn it, it's so freeing.
I hope to learn it one day.
Yeah, because for the very first time, Seth is going to participate in the roast battles for the belt this month.
Right. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
have you? So you've done roast battles before?
I've done like a roast, a couple of roasts, and I've done like I've done You Look Like 2 times now.
Oh really? Okay.
Both times I did not do great. So
yeah, okay. Nice. Oh, well, where's this gonna? I know the roast battle's at the Looney Bin, right? Okay, right. And is tonight anything at the joint? Are we doing anything for this there, or
just the open mic?
Just the open mic. Oh, okay, I got you. All right.
Just a normal open mic. Yeah, your job is done until the
20,
night of the show.
I mean, you can invite some people.
Oh, yeah,
let them know you're going to be doing a roast battle.
I'm
going to bring them out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. The 26th is it?
Yep, 26th. Last Monday of August.
Last Monday.
Right.
Okay. And it's just a roast battle that night, right?
Yeah.
Just,
you're also going to do a regular set. You'll do a 7-minute set as well.
7-minute set.
So the way it'll work is I've got everybody that's competing for the belt. They'll go up at the end.
Okay.
And I've got a couple of comics that are trying to get on the podcast, and so we're going to make them do a roast battle up top, and the winners of those rounds will come on the podcast next month and compete for the belt. So we'll start the show with that, just to kind of tease the crowd, get them in the mood. Then we'll introduce the competitors, and by that introduction, it's your stand-ups. You'll go up for 7 minutes and kind of introduce yourself, do some stand-up, get some laughs, let them know who you are. Once all the competitors are done, then we'll do the actual roast battle for the belt. And we'll also do a loser's bracket. So if there's somebody that doesn't win a single round, they'll have a hat, like a chef's hat that says, I got roasted.
Okay.
That we put on them just to kind of humiliate them a little bit.
Okay.
Take pictures.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Make them eat hot sauce. No, that's a different thing.
I know, right?
So
what kind of like hot ones? I don't
know. When you were young growing up, like what was your biggest insecurity?
What still is my biggest insecurity? I don't growing. Oh man, that's a good question. Growing up, it was probably just social anxiety, you know, like, which is probably what I use stand up for, you know, because it kind of helps, you know, like it kind of helps me relate to people, and like overcome my insecurities, and stuff like that. Yeah.
I never realized this till just now, but you look a lot like Red. One of our other competitors.
Right. Oh, we're not paired up, are we?
I don't have the pairings.
Oh, you don't have the pairings yet. Okay,
but
right.
yeah, you look like a tall Red.
A tall Red. Okay, right. I know Red. Yeah, I remember Red. Yeah, he's got the beard too and the bald head. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like.
Do you see it, Seth? Or am I tripping?
I see it in the face. I do see it in the face.
In the eyebrows and the eye structure, like right here. Yeah. I'm like, oh, he looks like Red. Okay.
Yeah. I was just thinking how funny it would be if we just brought a mirror up and Ben just roasted himself. I know.
That's my act. I mean, it's like, you look like me. I'm like, maybe he's super weird.
I feel like stand-up is perfect for you because it's like one of the few like performance types where you have total control. And so like it feels like, if you have like social anxiety or like you are a quiet type, it's because you don't want to say the wrong thing, but stand-up is so rehearsed and like, so it makes perfect sense that you not only do it, but you've done it so long and are excellent at it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
So the Looney Bin, was that the first place you started?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you grow up here in Arkansas?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Where'd you go to high school? Was it a pretty big school?
Bryant, Arkansas. Bryant High. Yeah. Big school now. I mean, it was big then, but now of course
it's crazy now.
Yeah, it's crazy now. Yeah, it's like,
your graduating class?
In my class it was like 300.
Jeez.
No, actually not that. More than, I think. Oh dang!
You just make it up.
Yeah, I think I'm making it up. I think it was like 395 or something. Now
it's gone up significantly.
700 now. Not if that, more so.
I think it's more than 700 now.
Yeah, I think, no, actually, I think I'm under. Man, it's probably I can't even remember the numbers now. Actually, now I think about it. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's gotten like at least double. Like,
I'm pretty sure their graduating class is over 1,000 now.
Yeah, I think so. I actually, last year, I have nieces who go there now, and I went to their graduation and sat through. Man, I think it was 2 hours worth of names.
Dude, a big high school's graduation is one of the worst fucking ceremonies in the world.
Right, you're there for one person, and you got to.
They say their name, and everybody goes, and then you sit there for 3 fucking hours.
Right? Can we go now?
Small high schools are just as bad. Our graduation with 35 people was 3 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because they're like, oh well, the big schools last like 3 hours, so we got to make this one last too. So like they don't even take a lot of time with the names. They'll just sit up there and do speeches for 2 hours.
Like,
everybody.
Well, this is Sarah, and she wanted to sing this song.
I know. we're gonna
let her do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have a talent.
We've been
show.
listening to Sarah since kindergarten. Let somebody else sing.
We've been telling her she's great, but she's really tone deaf. But
yeah, she's great for GERD.
Right? Now she's going to American Idol. Okay, I'm gonna be on the.
So 17 years of stand-up, but you don't count COVID.
No.
So what do you say, like 15 years?
Oh yeah, something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
What is one of the times on stage for you that like stands out the most as like when you were like either most embarrassed or like struggled the most, like the most embarrassing moment on stage when you bombed the hardest?
It's a tie. Bombed the hardest. It was probably just because it was probably some. I mean, there's not anyone that stands out. It was mostly just like it wasn't to me like bombing and hearing like a pin drop. I'd rather bomb and not hear anything. You can hear a pin drop. Rather than the worst for me was like going to a mic and performing. And no one gives a shit.
They're not even paying attention.
They're not even paying attention.
Yeah, so where all you hear is people talking.
Yeah.
And so like you deliver a punchline, it doesn't hit, and you just hear like people talking and glasses clinking.
It's like you're, is this thing on? Like for me, that's worse than bombing.
That's hard.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's worse? That is bombing.
That is, I mean, it is bombing, but like, no one's paying attention. I think that's worse than like people paying attention, not laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, for me,
it's like you have to ask yourself, like, was there anything I could have done to make them pay attention? Like, like you never like.
Especially at a bar, man, you got to come up with energy. You got to like captivate them.
You've got to do something crazy.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Nobody move! I've got a gun.
Exactly. Just kidding. Well, I'm just a joke.
Now let me talk about my dick for 3 minutes.
Jeez.
Right. Oh, shoot. Speaking of the Walmart, it's still the same slogan, like, according to Google.
Save money, live better.
Yeah.
So the joke's still relevant, baby.
I guess it's still relevant. Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah. All right. I'll bring it.
Hit it hard.
We'll see what happens.
Blow the dust off, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
So you've been doing it for 15 years. Have you thought about like putting out an album?
Oh no. Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. I get like no. Like, well, one of my old jokes. I get it. I don't. It's probably the old perfectionist in me. You know, was always like. I mean, the reason, you know, Seth, you mentioned like every time, you know, I would go up with, you know, new material all the time. You know, part of that was because, like I would. It was never good enough. You know what I mean? Like my stuff, even if like, you know, even if I had a good set, you know, I guess I never put out an album because like the amount of time, you know, that you put into it, like whether it's a half hour or even 45 minutes or whatever, which, or B, like I had a joke. This joke probably encapsulates, you know, what I'm trying to communicate best. Like one of my old closers was I would go on stage with a blank CD and make a joke that, hey, I'm selling CDs after the show. It's got my best stuff on it. It's blank. You know, that was my closer for a while.
Did you ever sell any?
No. I mean, it was a joke. But it got a laugh. But I mean,
you should have set up outside with like blank CDs. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
Like really strong. I'm like, come on, man.
Right,
like,
come on. You need somebody. You need a blank CD.
$5
like,
each.
Right. So,
just a bunch of Memorex CDs.
Right. Yeah.
Memorex.
Yeah. So yeah, I never put out a CD or anything. Yeah.
Were you always a fan of stand-up as a child?
Oddly, no. Well, comedy, yes. Stand-up in particular, no. Like I grew up watching a lot of cartoons and Saturday Night Live and like a lot of sitcom, you know, any like, you know, talk shows, you name it. Like I watched a lot of TV growing up, basically. Yeah, so I was exposed to a lot of comedy, you know, growing up. That's kind of like that was, but I wasn't able to actually enunciate like, oh, I want to do that, you know, for till I was in my 20s.
Right.
You know, like it didn't dawn on me till I think it was a Dimitri Martin show I was at, and the opener. He was not, you know, he was kind of, I mean, he was getting laughs, but I was like, I was thinking, I'm funnier than this guy. I should do stand up, you know, so like, yeah. But so that's where, you know, that's kind of where I got the seed was planted. Yeah, I started writing jokes in my little notebook.
I wonder how many shitty openers have created stand-up comedians.
Right?
A lot.
That was, yeah.
Man, that don't look that fucking hard.
Right?
I can do that.
I know, right? I think that's what happens every Tuesday at the joint. Actually. Like,
that's our bread and butter, man.
Right.
Come try it. Bring your friends.
Yeah, okay.
Tell them all to sit
Yeah, I've told people I do stand-up, and they're like, I thought about trying that.
Right,
you know,
it happens all the time.
Yeah. Or I got this awesome poop joke you should hear. You know,
man,
like,
I got this one for your little act.
Right.
Your little skit. Put this one in your little skit.
Little skit.
Please jump off of a bridge with a rope and hang yourself.
Right.
Stand-up is, I think Joey Diaz says it's the easiest or the hardest easy thing you'll ever do, or the easiest hard thing you'll ever do. I don't know which one, but it both makes sense.
Yeah.
And
well,
it is.
Is it Seinfeld who said like, oh, wait, is it, I can't remember, only 10% or 1% of the population never try to stand up in their lifetimes? I can't remember. There's a percentage.
It feels like a lot more than that.
I know, right?
At one point there was like over 200,000 people on Facebook with their name comedian.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like, so that really, like, at that, when I saw that statistic, I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Part of me is like, but well, I mean, my question is now, like, especially as far, like, you know, for technology, you know, since we have social media and technology now, like that we do, like, what categorically makes you a comedian? Is it just getting on stage and telling jokes, or is it making videos or being on TikTok? Or
it's like the only job that you could just show up to and never have any experience. Like, just like I know someone does a joke about this, probably like Bill Burr. He's like, I can't just show up and be a doctor, you know. People are gonna be like, what you got going on, you know? Like, he's like, a doctor could just show up here.
Oh my God, is Bill Burr in the room?
Yeah, what a great Bill Burr. My God, I'm so sorry. But the doctor could show up and do stand up, you know, like it just blows you away, man. It's like, it's so
I know,
unfair.
right? How many? You don't have to go to school or anything.
Because I always look at it like, how many people are actually like making money with it? And money isn't the end all be all,
right?
Like, because it like getting laughs out of people, there's like something fundamental to that like money doesn't have to be involved, and you don't have to make money to get laughs on stage and be a good comic. But like, that's a good measure. Like, if somebody's making money with it, okay, they're at least good enough to make money with it.
And are you talking about making a living off of it?
Or just
like making money,
$5 in chicken nuggets, which is what most comics are making.
You know, you do a few shows a month and you make a couple $100. Like, I'd say you're a comic. You know how consistency is always what makes the difference between everybody.
I've been called a professional comedian before. I'm like, which sounds like an oxymoron.
Yeah, but I've been called a bitch, and I know I'm not a bitch.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've been called a lot of things.
Right.
So again, it's one of those things. It's one of the few occupations that's literally you could just like say that's you now.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I mean, that's what I did. Yeah. When I first did it, I went up, did stand up, and I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing.
Exactly.
And I'd stopped all of my other ventures, took all my irons out of the fire, and put all my eggs in this one basket.
Hyper fixated on this now. And you're still doing it. So that's good. At least it wasn't one of these like ADHD obsessions I'll have. Like, for a week, I'll be really into Lego, you know, like, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't even care about Lego. I'll be really into wanting an Apple Watch. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't even, like, I'll wake up one day and be like, fucking, I don't even want this.
Right. I think it looks cool when other people wear it, but when you have it, like, I don't even understand this thing.
It's just like those ADHD hyperfixations, but like stand up is one of those things that like you do see people come in and do it as like a hobby, and they come out and they bring their friends and even like produce shows and like book their friends only. And I think you're a comic if you've consistently done it for more than a year. Right.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I got this, like, I got this like personal philosophy. Like, I don't even, if you're a new comic, you know, I'll learn your name if you're still doing it 6 months from now. You know what I mean?
I can't learn. I've already forgotten so many people's names that I've got to see you a lot before I remember your name. And that's I'm not doing that to be an asshole. Like, you can tell me your name and I'll try to remember it that night. Right. But the next time I see you, it will not be in my head. Like, there's
against you.
I've seen your face before. I know I've met you and talked to you, but like, who are you?
Right.
Well, there's a number that's like 150 people that you can actually remember their names, and as soon as you learn another one, your brain's gonna knock out one of them.
Yep.
Like, it's like some study has been done. I can't remember what it is, but it's a legit thing. Like, your brain will only remember so many. Some people can have a higher capacity, but some people have a lesser inventory or whatever. But like, it is a real thing. And so like, I've reached that, and I know I have. And so now when I have to remember people's name, it's
I have trouble remembering, like, names gotten so different now, like, especially like kids' names, you know, like there's 5 different spellings of Jason now, you know, like, I don't understand. It's like, I mean, forget the name. I don't even know how to spell anything anymore, you know, or
because everybody wants to have like a unique way to spell it.
Or like, you know, or if their name's Jason, they'll be like, you know, they'll spell their name J in a picture of the sun, you know, or something like. They're not even in kindergarten anymore. You know,
I met a
like,
woman named LaDasha, and it was L-A and then hyphen S-H-A.
Oh, wow.
LaDasha. You just say the dash.
LaDasha. Wow. Like the hyphen and then A-H. So, yeah, LaDasha. Incredible use of the English language and letters. You've done it.
Right. I just can't imagine being her teacher like, Lusha? Lusha? Lachey?
It's Ladasha.
Ladasha. Yeah.
But like about being a comic, like the consistent, I also think it's kind of a mindset. Like if you haven't been doing it a year or not, but like if the opportunity came up to either one, make something funny out of like any situation, or like if someone was like, do your material right now, like you're ready to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're ready to do a show. You're ready to put on a performance. You can control an audience and make them laugh and without having to know it was coming. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does, because like anybody can riff in the moment. Like especially you get a group of people together. People have been laughing together since we was in caves.
Right.
So like, I imagine, I wasn't there, but that's my guess, is people have been laughing around campfire for a long time. Mm-hmm. So like anybody can do that, but to go up and have a plan, even if it's a loose plan, in front of a group of people to where they're all quiet, paying attention to you, and you entertain them and make them laugh, that's a completely different animal.
Right.
Out of like, especially like you said, like you have no warning, no, hey, go up, I need you to do 10 minutes now, go.
Right. Like you're like, oh, okay, I've got this.
Yeah.
I've had this. Like that's a comic, but maybe that's just one of like the many notches on what makes someone a comic. I don't know.
I know I got real disheartened listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, and when he was talking to other comics, he's like, yeah, there's only like 200 comics in the country, and I was like, bro, there's a lot more than 200 fucking comics.
Oh, right, okay.
But
maybe
at
like
that level, they were like, there's only like 200 that are actually selling tickets that anybody wants to go fucking see.
Right.
Selling out arenas.
Right.
Yeah, there's only 200 of them.
I didn't think about that.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's like there's way more than 200, bro.
Yeah, add 3 zeros to that.
Okay.
And you'd be close to how many comics there are. Yeah. I mean, just Kill Tony alone, man. Like, there's over 200 people that sign up for that. At least 50% of them have to be comics.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
you're right.
You'd be real surprised. Kill Tony's its own thing.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Ben, you've been doing stand up for over 15 years. But do you listen to stand up on your own? Like
who's your favorites?
My favorites, like I mentioned Demetri Martin earlier. Brian Regan, I like him. I like Bill Burr. Probably my George Carlin's probably like my all-time favorite, and then Mitch Hedberg, obviously.
There you go.
Yeah, they call one of my nicknames was Twitch Hedberg.
That's good.
And let's see who else. Like also like Tig Montero. Then I like.
She's the one with breast cancer, right?
Yeah.
Tig Montero is.
Let's see who else. There's so many. Who else? I'm trying to think of who I've actually seen like live, because that's who I'll pay money. Jim Gaffigan. Yeah, I've seen him like twice.
Really?
I think. Yeah. And Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, I haven't seen him recently, but I've just seen Jerry Seinfeld before.
Wow.
See.
I've seen a lot of like legendary comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demetri Martin.
Yeah.
Jerry Seinfeld, Jim Gaffigan.
Have you seen Burr live?
Burr? I saw him in Memphis, actually. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen Burr. Yeah.
Dude, he's so fucking good.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of sounds like I like his album, his stuff about like, getting older and being like a white male, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of like, where the like when he's sometimes like I'm like it's spot on, the way he thinks, like and express like I get it, you know what I mean? But it's he's an influence. And let me think. Who else? I mentioned Maria Bamford. I like her.
I snuck into one of her shows once. Were you with us for that show?
No, that's the one. Was that the one in Salem Springs at the casino?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I heard about it after the fact.
Have you heard about this?
So
we it was me, Josh and Kayla, Jared, and I think the Kleitz brothers. They all got tickets to Maria Bamford. They were like, hey, we're going to go see Maria Bamford. Do you want to go? I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to go. I wasn't a big fan of her, hadn't heard of her much, but how much I they were all comics, and I knew how much they loved her, and so I was like, if they all think she's great, I'm gonna enjoy this show. So I'm in the back of Jared's car, and there wasn't enough seats, so I'm in like in the trunk area, and I'm like folded up, laying down with my feet on the glass,
right,
like riding in the trunk. We get up there. I didn't realize Maria Bamford was a huge deal. And so the show was sold the fuck out. There was no tickets. And I didn't have I was going to get my ticket when I got there.
Right? Wow.
There was no tickets. And so they're all like, well, I guess you're going to hang out in the casino while we go watch Maria Bamford. And I was like, this is some fucking bullshit. So they didn't have great security at this place. And they were checking everybody's wristbands. They were giving them wristbands for the show to get in. But they were like had people going out of a similar door with like drink trays and stuff, and so just in my normal civilian people clothes, I picked up a drink tray and just like carried it. I waited until Josh and Kayla and all of them got in there and got seated, and then I just came in and put the drinks on their table and just sat down with them. And then we watched the whole show, but the fucking thing was apparently
wow, that's so smooth, dude.
I know, right?
Well, it would have been. So they had more tickets sold than seats available, obviously, because I know I was in somebody's seat, and so there was people that bought tickets but didn't get to see the show. So they were like the people that were pissed. So they were like, as people were leaving, they were checking wristbands out the door. You couldn't leave without checking your wristband to make sure that you had paid for a seat. Ooh. And so I was like, fuck, I was tripping, I was sweating, I was like figuring out what I was going to do. And when they all left, I picked up the drink tray, the empty drink tray with like all the glasses with ice in it and stuff, and walked out the same door I walked in to get out. And that's how I saw Maria Bamford.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was some quick thinking.
Yeah, I was like, no way this is gonna work. Like they're gonna stop me. They're gonna kick me out, whatever. But I'm gonna try. And I just kept trying, and they never stopped me. So I was like, fuck it.
You didn't quit. You didn't quit trying.
I tweeted her. It's like, hey, I owe you a ticket for a show. I totally saw your show and didn't pay for a ticket. Blah blah blah. And we actually got to meet her after. We did a meet and greet with her after, and I told her. She thought it was funny, but I could tell she was like, you fucking jackass.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites too. I love her, the way she dips in and out of voices.
Mm-hmm. Her voices are phenomenal.
They're second to none, man. They're amazing. It's like, I feel like that was a genre in like the late 90s, early 2000s of like these voice comics. And it fucked me all up because now that's all I want to do is
voices. You're pretty good at voices. Not Bill Burr, but everybody else.
Wait, you tried to do a Bill Burr impression?
I did earlier. It was pretty bad.
Wait, for this?
It was pretty bad.
That was a callback, Ben.
Wait.
Yeah.
That wait, is that it?
Right, I'm trying it again. It's still bad.
Okay.
I'll get it. If I sit and work at it, I can get it. But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I just, the thing is like bringing them in and out of your act in a way that's fucking funny. That's it. Like,
and organic, and doesn't look forced.
Exactly.
Like where you can just flow in and out of it. It's a really impressive skill.
It's hard to do that, man.
You're really good at it.
Funny.
Ben Push is really good at it.
Right.
Ben Push has got some really good voices.
I guess I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. With voices. I've seen a lot
He does some of it, but like Ben Push's voices, he does more off stage, and it's when he's comfortable around his friends and really get into it. And we all try to push him and encourage him to like bring more of that out on stage. He just gets a little clammed up sometimes.
Right.
But his voices are like top notch.
Right. Lucas too. Lucas does a lot.
Oh yeah, but Lucas is good at a lot of things. Fuck Lucas.
He's already tall.
Yeah, right? He's already 7 foot tall.
Yeah,
like
it's not fair, dude.
He can sing like an angel.
Right.
He's hilarious, and he does impressions. Fuck you.
Exactly.
I can beat him in basketball, but like that's not saying.
Yeah, so can my fucking 11-year-old.
Right.
Not blessed with athleticism at all. Ben, coming up soon, do you have any shows besides
the 26th at the Looney Bin?
Anything you want to plug? Anything in your life going on you want to let people know about?
Not really. Just the 26th at the Looney Bin. That's all I'm pushing now. Yeah.
Any big trips you got coming up? What are you looking forward to in life?
Oh, wow. Big question. Just the next, how about this weekend? We'll go start with Saturday. I can't wait till the weekend gets here. I'll just go start with that. Yeah.
Before we get you out of here, I always ask all the comics this, and we always get great answers. And it's never what you expect. Ben, What is your most bigoted opinion?
Bigoted opinion?
Yeah, we've all got prejudices. We've all got little hiccups, little quirks.
Okay.
Like, what's your like most unwoke, just gnarliest, nastiest opinion you have?
It's funny. I was just talking about this past week. I just you asked me like what's going on in my life, but the big change that I personally just went through. I just bought my first house.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, man!
Thank you. Yeah, it's a big change. I've always been a renter, and now I'm buying it. It's mine. I'm putting holes in the walls.
Gen X brag.
Awesome. Yeah, and the holes are mine. Even the holes are mine. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the joke. Yeah, you mentioned bigoted opinion. It's not. It's okay. It's an old joke. I don't even think I've done it on stage, but maybe once. And I was because it ended up being what's the word I'm looking for? It ended up being a prophecy. Because it came true in a way. Because I moved to Oak Forest in Little Rock, which is between Asher and 12th Streets, right? You know, and so I have the old joke I have is as a kid growing up in the South, you know, I had grandparents, old fashioned. My grandfather always stare at the kitchen window and say, all these black people moving into our neighborhood, you know, like our property values are going to go down. And so now as a progressive liberal white male, like I'm moving into black neighborhoods trying to get their home property values up. You know, it's like,
that's a fun joke.
I know, right? Yeah, I mean, but it's true. It came true. Like, which I never. It's hilarious, but in a way,
gentrification.
Gentrification. I'm gonna have to use that as my tag.
That's funny.
Gentrification. Yeah.
And it's not too bad. It is fun. It's.
I mean, that's I try.
Yeah,
but,
Reds
Reds
was a lot.
Yeah, but in a way, I got to.
Red got some comments on YouTube.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, somebody commented on the Red video. Was like, he's right about the Indians. So I was like, oh god.
No. That's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, not at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ben, it's always a pleasure getting to hang out with you. I've known you a long time.
Yeah.
We've gone many road trips.
Oh yeah.
Together.
I know. Fayetteville. I'm trying to think of what was the longest.
Oklahoma City. You drove. To
Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and let's see where else. I think I even did stand up once. I'd gone up to Boston back in 2013, and I got to do 1 minute at an open mic. And this is one of my favorite memories. It was only a minute or something. Well, no, not even a minute. I got to tell like one joke because we were tagged on at the end. But what made it memorable was that next door there. Who was it who sings Because I Got High? Like what?
Afro Man.
Afro Man was next door doing a concert. So no one was paying attention. No one cared about the comedy show. But I got to tell one joke while Afro Man was playing next door, and I thought that was awesome. You know,
dude, Afro Man comes up a lot on this podcast.
I know. You're right.
He may be our mascot.
I know, right?
Maybe.
And this is another Afro Man moment.
Have you heard the remix? He remixed his own song. You know, after the police broke into his house.
Oh yeah, and I watched the video of it where he's got like security cam footage. And he's going through like, why are you stealing my money? Well, you stealing my money. And it's just, he's like showing the police stealing his stuff, breaking his stuff.
Right.
Well, are you going to fix my gate? Are you going to pay to fix my door? And it's just like them breaking all of his shit.
Right.
I got to check this shit out.
Why are you looking for drugs, pounds of cocaine in my pockets? There's not hundreds of pounds of cocaine in my pocket. It's a great song. It's a great video.
The Afro Man staying relevant.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Bair, do you have anything else?
Nope, I think that's it, man. Thank you so much for doing that. Oh, also one more thing. This month we're actually going to have since Seth is going to be performing in the roast battles, we're going to bring in a new surprise guest co-host. Trey Diesel is going to come in and co-host the show. We're going to have a lot of fun with him. So make sure y'all come out August 26th to the Looney Bin. It's Monday at 8 p.m.
He took my job. That's what happens when you miss a month.
I mean, yeah, that is what happens.
Get replaced.
Yep.
Oh, right. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ben, for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Love you, gentlemen. Peace.
Yeah, you too, Bear.